Buyer's not supposed to assign any part of his interest without getting seller to agree in writing, but the seller isn't supposed to withhold that consent in writing. Nevertheless, even if they consent, the buyer would still be responsible to perform if the assignee doesn't, but unless otherwise agreed in writing. So it is possible the seller would say, hey, I'll let the assignee stand completely in for the buyer, and I'll let the buyer out of all their obligations. That's all subject to written agreement. Now, this comes in my mind, in two places. One with flippers, not wholesalers. There's, and I think it's more of an internet money making scheme than actually happens very often, because normally it would probably be done by option. But it is possible a buyer comes in, signs a contract to buy the property, and then turns around and sells that contract to someone else for more, and that person would be the assignee, and seller's not supposed to unreasonably withhold consent. I think more likely this usually comes in, a buyer comes in, says, I'd like to buy the property, and then brings in other people with him or her, or brings it into a trust, or converts it into a corporation, some other situation like that. So that's where assignment comes up, and you know that now that the seller is not supposed to unreasonably withhold consent. Of course, I've never seen one anyway. I mean, the seller usually just wants to see the deal get done. So that's assignment.